The controversy over the new state education budget didn't end with the governor signing it into law. Across Florida, local school boards are trying to deal with the provision requiring school districts to share funding with charter schools. Kate Flexter joins us with more. Kate.
Well, thanks, Alan. The law came up in the final hour of this year's legislative session, passing the state Senate by just one vote. And now it's facing resistance from local educators.
Despite strong opposition from school boards and superintendents across the state, a sweeping new education bill is now law in Florida, an effort pushed by House Speaker Richard Corcoran and signed by Governor Rick Scott.
I think the whole bill is out of whack with what needs to be happening for education.
But before it became law, Chairwoman of the Sarasota County School Board, Caroline Zucker, personally wrote to the governor asking him to veto this bill. The lengthy law calls for things like mandatory recess and additional teacher bonuses. But the provision that drew the most opposition, a call for districts to share millions of local taxpayer dollars with private charter schools. In total, the Associated Press reports Florida charter schools will receive more than $96 million this year alone under this new law. Last week, the Broward County School Board voted to sue over the measure, saying the new law is unconstitutional.
They're not giving us enough money for us to be able to keep up with the rising costs. They're not.
As Florida's population booms, Zucker says building new schools is imperative. But plans to purchase a $10 million piece of property for a new school are now on hold until next year to accommodate this piece of legislation.
I don't understand why Tallahassee won't allow us to do what we think is best for our community.
A large part of the law creates the Schools of Hope program, which offers financial incentives to charter schools willing to take on students from failing public schools. It's a program proponents say would mean a big jump in educational opportunities for thousands of Florida students, specifically those living in low-income neighborhoods.
I think the charter schools are a good thing. I don't think that zip code should determine a child's education.
Manatee County School Board member John Colon says charter schools are public schools too and are entitled to taxpayer dollars.
I think competition is good, and I think it only makes our public schools stronger.
But Zucker says this new law clearly prioritizes charter schools over public education.
I think the ultimate is to eliminate public education as we know it today.
As to whether or not the Sarasota County School Board will join Broward County in filing that lawsuit, Zucker says it's something that will be discussed at their next meeting.
Kate, thank you. And coming up, a member of the Sarasota School Board and a critic of pulling public money from public schools when we take it to the trapezoid.